field, a baseball field into a pitch just for some great games tonight here, and we'll have them for you. For starters, Kevin McCabe along with Scott Rogers and Tony Brown will bring you the Interterritorial Championship, 7-a-sides. Tony will be handling the play-by-play. How do you see this one tonight?
That's right. The Eastern Rugby Union has managed to get both their A and B sides into the final. A real upset earlier today with the B division defeating the Pacific Coast 10-4. So we're looking for a game where both sides know each other very well, but in fact it'll be hard hitting and there'll be no prisoners taken.
All right, 7-a-sides first, then followed by the Collegiate Championship. Scott, University of Arizona and San Diego State.
University of Arizona in it for the 10th consecutive year, 13th time overall. San Diego State, the defending national champions. Some people say they're the Oklahoma of collegiate rugby. We'll see what happens tonight.
All right, should be a great night of rugby here live on Tucson Cable 12. Coming up in just a moment, the Interterritorial Sevens. Sit back in your easy chair and enjoy.
Jackson, Pollock, Remington, Rembrandt, strokes of genius for the masters and conceptual design. Sculpture, culture, etching, sketching, quasi-modern, classical motifs. It's a menagerie of masterpiece at the University Museum of Art. You'll meet the most opportunist people.
So the kickoff there, going the full 10 meters, and the B side in blue jerseys today with the ERU A side in red jerseys, and the referee signaling with his right arm, and you'll see that he's pointing, so there's a scrum down. We've just started this final between the East Coast A side in the red shirts and the B side in the blue.
Tony, what do you think advantage or disadvantage that the AA side is going to have here with them knowing the B side players so well and vice versa?
Well, undoubtedly, the better players are on the A side, but this is the kind of game where it's 14 minutes, anybody can win, and so they'll be fired up and tackling hard. Play continues now, that's all Britain, but that's intercepted by Jimmy Wilkinson. Wilkinson to Taranto. That's Rory Lewis, he's the fast man from Washington. Well tackled there. The ball goes back loose. That's Chris Protakis of Maryland Old Boys. He moves the ball to the left sideline there. He's got Lewis outside him. Wilkinson shadowing. That's Ciano. Oh, a good move to the outside. He runs around Terence Titus. And Ciano's going to score. That's a good try.
That's Ciano. He was a NFL strike player, replacement player, as they say, for the Philadelphia Eagles. He caught a touchdown in one of their games. Which one was that, Tony? Redskins?
I don't think it was against the Redskins, but Mike Ciano is a young player who's come to rugby recently. He's got great hands, and he really is one of the youngsters who we hope to blossom in the future.
Like we said in the pregame show here, these guys, these 14 players out here, and some 20, 30 that were here this weekend are vying for a spot on the United States Eagles 7 side that will be going to Hong Kong and Sydney earlier next year. Conversion just good by number 13.
That's Joe McCann, and so really that's an upset right from the word go. The B side taking a 6-0 lead, and of course now they'll receive the ball from the kickoff, which is another difference from American football. So having scored, they'll receive the ball, and having possession in sevens is absolutely crucial. They can work the ball around and hopefully get another score and keep ahead of the A side. So Mark Gajan, number 15 here, to take the kickoff. Mark played in Hong Kong last year and Sydney for the national side. He's an excellent fast runner, good speed. And right behind him, you'll see, I believe you'll see Charlie Wilkinson. In the background there, Chris Albritton. He's also one of the top forwards with the East Coast side. Gajan to kick off. That's a good kick.
Now, I think American fans aren't going to quite understand a kickoff that's that short being an advantage to them. Now, the kickoff is actually trying to gain possession for the kicking team, right?
That's right. They want to hang it up there high and try and compete for the ball, much like a jump ball in basketball. But you can see there that everything was tied up, and so the referee, not seeing the ball and the ball not likely to come out of that morass of players, the referee has decided to award a scrum down to the side that was last making forward progress.
I think the B side is probably going to try to tie the A side up and make them scrum as much as possible. It looked like they have the physically larger side.
They certainly have the bigger forwards there, but that's Sean Weston caught with the ball. Wilkinson goes down. He must get to his feet before he can pick the ball up again. The ball's loose, but once again, the B side's being very scrappy and competing for it. That's out to Will Brewington.
He's got someone on his outside.
That's a good stiff arm there. Now Brewington wants to check. That's a football pass, not a good one. Taken by Albritton. Some really tenacious tackling from this B side and not a lot of room. Gajan flips it out to the outside, dribbled on by Titus.
Titus
tries to feed Danny Paris, but once again, Ciano, that's a spectacular pass.
Look out here.
Wonderfully. Oh, and the referee deciding that ball was forward, but...
Looked like a good pass to me from here. Ciano looks like he's putting in a big bid to make the Eagles. What do you think his chances are, Tony, from what you've seen this weekend?
He's definitely got a good shot. Certainly athletically, he's up with the best contenders. It's really a matter of whether he's got enough experience. He hasn't been playing the game for very long, but certainly he's the kind of athlete the Eagles want to bring on.
Now, the Eagles are on tour currently. The Eagle 15 are currently in Wales and not having a good time of it. 0-3 right now. But talking to Emil Cygnus last month, he said that 5 of the current Eagles that are on that tour will probably be on the Eagle 7's team.
Well, of course, that's a good possibility, but these youngsters out here today are trying to make a bid to displace those people, and if they've got the coach's eye, as he's here now tonight, Emil Cygnus, who is in fact the ERU coach and the national coach, then these players have the opportunity to impress him. So the referee now lecturing Ciano, making sure that this scrummage is going to be correct.
Don Reardon, veteran rugby referee from right here in Arizona.
So the A-side win that. Paris feeds Wilkinson. That's Petrakis from Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. Oh, he cuts through the middle there. That's a nice little pass out to Titus. Titus cuts back inside. Flips the ball to Wilkinson, but it's intercepted. Dragged to the ground there. That's McCann. Out to Lewis, but there's no one with him. Oh, he slips on the turf there. McCann trying to go down on the ball.
Oh, nice play by 13 McCann.
Once again, Ciano's there, but the ball knocked forward. The referee allowing play to continue. Petrakis, number 12. Cuts inside. Nice little move there.
2-on-1 here. Look out.
Toronto from Union. There's the fast man, Lewis. Good tackle.
Good tackle. Who put that hit on him there?
Well,
is that Charlie Wilkinson, number 12?
No love lost between those players.
Relatively low scoring, actually, for a sevens game right now. Most of the time, you've got 3 tries by now.
Well, both these sides obviously knowing each other so well tend to defend. The score now still standing at 6-0. The B side in the lead, so maybe we're in for another upset, as they did with the Pacific Coast earlier. That's Weston. Out to Petrakis. He finds some running room through the middle. This time it's his club colleague Brewington who scoops the ball up. That's Albritton, drives it up. That's Petrakis.
He's got someone on his outside.
Support on his left. Oh, but
bit of a knock on there, as they say.
And the referee just allows play to continue to see if the opposition gains an advantage.
That's good refereeing. You know, to keep the play moving like that, that's good refereeing.
Yes, Don Reardon needs to keep a tight grip on this game, but he allows the advantage to continue.
As you see, ERU B 6, ERU A 0.
Only 7-minute halves, so it's not as if they can afford to waste any time. So Sean Weston, number 9, with the ball from the Maryland Old Boys Club. Weston, well tackled there by Paris. Albritton flips up. That's good possession. They've stolen the ball. Gajan looks to flip it away, but is wrestled to the ground. And there goes Ciano once again. Ciano really strutting his stuff here. Picked up by Weston on the outside. Dummies inside. Once again, looking for players in support. Lobs it over. That's Lewis, but he's well hit there by number 14, Petrakis. Petrakis steals the ball, flips it to Wilkinson. The A side now coming alive. That's knocked forward. A referee signaling there.
A-side just not passing crisply, it looks like, and just not playing with a lot of, like they don't look like they really want to prove anything out here possibly. The B-side looks a little hungrier, and just the passes and are not as crisp as I think Emil Cygnus is going to want to see out of a very veteran side that has 3 Eagles current or past.
That's right, you'd expect a lot more poise from the A side, but once again, it's the B side that get the ball. That's Protakis, who flips up to Lewis. Lewis has got the corner there, but very well tackled. Now the referee is signaling there for the offside. The player's not allowed to advance until the ball has come out of that scrummage. Weston taps. Looks inside there to Taranto from Union. Taranto to Ciano. That's Jimmy Wilkinson. Feeds Petrakis. Petrakis looks wide, way outside there to Joe McCann. McCann now looking for some running room, cuts through the middle, tries to jump to the tackle.
Football pass. They
Football
say
pass
that's
to the
fine.
outside. It's gone to number 9, Weston.
Good cut.
Looks inside, flicks it inside.
He's all alone. That's going to be a try.
That's Taranto, the hooker who's put in a great afternoon's work for the ERU. So Taranto scores, and once again the B-side
We are
streaking
looking
ahead.
at a big upset here. Now the B-side goes ahead 10-0, waiting for the conversion to be right in front of the post, so they'll take a 12-0 lead. And now, are we talking about trouble for the A-side?
Well, they've still got the second half when I believe that the A-side have the forwards to win the ball. It's really a matter of whether the B-side can hang on now.
Now, if you like what you see in here in Sevens Rugby, very popular game in the East, as you know, U of A will have their own tournament, Warren Lee Memorial Sevens, at Estevan Park. The Wildcats will open their brand new rugby facility down there on Speedway, just north on Main Boulevard. Kick is good, so the B-side goes up 12-0. And we have got ourselves a rugby match here from High Corbett Field in Tucson, Arizona.
So the halftime score there, 12 points to 0, 12 points to nothing. The B-side over the A-side.
I'd like to take just a minute to tell you about some of the great programs sponsored by the Tucson Parks and Recreation Department. Coming up in November, these folks have got something happening just about every weekend. November 13th and 14th, high school swimmers from all over Tucson will brave the chilly air to show their stuff at high school swimming championships. You can cheer teams on at Catalina High School Pool. Yeah, folks, that's outside. If you're a senior and your game is tennis, you might want to bring your racket or a friend and check out the Senior Tennis Classic November 14th and 15th at Randolph Tennis Center. Also at Randolph Tennis Center, our friends from Michelob will be hosting the Michelob Tennis Classic on November 21 and 23. 2 weekends of great local tennis. And for the final ringer, don't forget the annual Tucson Open Horseshoe Pitch on November 29th at Reed Park. Lots of free activities for family fun. For more information on park activities, be sure to tune in to Tucson Cable 12's monthly half-hour program At the Park with Tom Boyd and Lisa Conzi.
We'll be right back in a moment.
Hello, Tucson. My name's Tommy Lee, and I play in a rock group called Motley Crue. I'm here to tell you, if you're gonna drink, don't drive, man. Call a cab, a limousine, whatever it is. Just don't drink and drive, okay? Do me and yourself a favor. Thanks.
This message from your Tucson Police Department.
There have been some changes at the halftime with Herman Vensky coming on, a speedster for the ERUA side. He's replaced Dave Priestess. And Mike Sutilla, who played earlier today, is replacing the veteran Chris Albritton. On the B side, Steve Burnham, again, another speedster who scored a wonderful try earlier this afternoon against the Pacific One side. He's come onto the side on the wing.
That Pacific A side game is what allowed the B to get in here. ERU Bs beat Pacific Coast Rugby Grizzlies, Pacific Coast Grizzlies 10-4. A big upset here. And now the Bs are up 12-0 in this game. We could have a hungry bunch of ERU players here. Second half will tell a lot. Do you think the A's will try to scrum down with them this half?
Oh, yes, I think we're in for a real humdinger of a game here. So with the restart now, Petrakis dropping out on the 22-meter line, the kick having gone long. Ciano wins it well. Wilkinson with a stiff arm on Titus, flips the ball back to Ciano. Ciano looks for running room on the outside, flips it up to Taranto. Taranto well tackled there by Terence Titus. They try to drive over the ball there. That's a ruck or maul situation. But the referee deciding that ball's not going to come out of that mass of players, so it's a scrum down. But once again, it's the B side with the put-in.
A side looking like they're getting after it a little bit more, and they're going to play down more in B side territory. Ball comes out.
So here we are, live action once again with Joe McCann just chipping through. Back there now is Titus. Oh my goodness, that slipped through his legs, but he's gone down well on the ball.
Oh, picked
Scooped
up well.
up there by Sean Weston of Maryland Old Boys. Weston looking for supporting players now. Yes, he's done well. Needs to get the ball away.
He's got 3 guys hanging off him.
That's Taranto to McCann.
Football
That's
pass.
Wilkinson.
That's
He's got some space on the outside. Jimmy Wilkinson running to the outside. Ciano's outside him. Terrence Titus comes across the tackle. Ciano dances around Titus. Wilkinson's on the inside with someone right on his shoulder, but the referee deciding the ball was thrown forward. A tremendous piece of ball movement there by the B side.
Mike Ciano continuing to impress this crowd here at High Corbett Field. Scott Rogers and Tony Brown bringing you the action here in the second ITT Sevens Championships from Tucson, Arizona. Event possibly found a permanent home here in Tucson, and along with the Michelob Continental Rugby Classic.
So Danny Paris puts the ball in for the A side. And it's come loose out to the outside. That's Will Brewington. Will Brewington being chased by Protakis. Flips it up to Charlie Wilkinson. Wilkinson looks a little bit inside. Not a lot of help there. Paris is caught and held by Wilkinson. I think you've heard me refer to Wilkinson's on both sides, and Jimmy captaining the B side and his brother Charlie captaining the A side. They're both from the Northern Virginia club in the Washington, D.C. area. Paris, the quick penalty, taps to Wilkinson. Little switch move there with Titus. Titus flips it up to Brewington. Brewington now with some running. He's got Gajan outside him. Gajan dummies.
Goodbye.
Feeds Herman Vesky. And Vesky with a nice stroll in from some 35 meters. That's the South African Herman Vesky, who's now resident in the United States.
And he was just coasting on that one, and still you could see he had serious wheels. Now, is he eligible to play for the Eagles?
I believe he is, and certainly he's got the sort of speed that they need at the international level. So, yeah. I beg your pardon, Scott. The A side back in this game. It's now 12 points to 4, and you'd expect Vesky to make his own try into a goal.
So that narrows it down to 12-6 now. B-side ERUB. Can't really call them a B-side now since they're ahead of the game, and I'm sure the A-side will agree there. Now, Tony, the players that are selected from here, Emil says they are ranked 1 through 60, 50, how many were here, and then invite 15 to a camp in Los Angeles in January?
Well, they're certainly hoping to have an Eagles Sevens camp. I believe it'll be some 20 to 25 players, and that'll be sometime in February, in early February, and I believe it's going to be in Phoenix, and that's when they're going to get the best players in the country together, work on skills, do some fitness testing, and then Emil will have a better idea of those who are going to be the outstanding players in Hong Kong.
Beautiful night for rugby. If you're a player, you got to love this. We're just over 70 degrees, a little bit of a breeze, rained all day. Players like it. We got a healthy bunch here just because when they get hit, they get to land on soft ground, so everybody's real happy about that.
Well, play continued there. The kickoff went directly out of bounds, off the sidelines, and so the A side has elected to take a scrum down in the middle. This is to encourage teams to put the ball into play. So scrum down. And number 10 there in the red shirt, Danny Paris, he played for the Eagles in Sydney, and that was 2 years ago when they went down there and competed in the World Sevens. So Paris with the put-in. That's good ball. Paris flips it up. Wilkinson takes it. Good take there. Cuts around McCann. Paris caught. Well tackled by Weston. Ciano scoops up, drives forward, but feeds the ball back. That's it. McCann just making the ball available.
Look out here.
Number 15 makes a break through the middle there.
He's got someone on his outside.
Petrakis cuts inside. That's good ball movement. Ciano with the line ahead of him. Ciano going for the post now. Tries to flip the ball out, but well tackled there by Herman. The ball goes loose, and the referee deciding that Ciano's pass was forward.
Both sides now really playing hungry rugby. I think the A side has been a little bit embarrassed there in the first half. They want to get it down. Now the B side, of course, has the bigger forwards, could power it down. We'll see what kind of fatigue factor we'll deal with here.
So scrum down, Paris with the put-in. Flips it out to Wilkinson. Wilkinson with Vesky, the speedster, on his right. Vesky goes for the outside, is well tackled there.
Nice tackle.
But the ball stays in bounds there. I'm not sure what the referee's decided.
Giving the ball to the B side.
Yes, it's a line out.
Knock on?
Yeah, I beg your pardon. The line out taken to the B side. Well won by Ciano. Ciano Feeds Toronto. That's out to Joe McCann. Outside him is number 15. That's Burnham. But it's just gone over his head. Petrakis now with an opportunity. Petrakis picks up, squeezes through the middle there. Inside to Joe McCann. McCann going for the line. Number 13. Tackled by Gajan, but the score given. A tremendous score there by Joe McCann.
Will Brewington tried to grab Jersey, just couldn't get it.
Well, the referee there deciding the ball was not placed down, was not touched down in the in-goal area. And so with a drop forward pass, the try is not awarded. The score still 12 points to 6. That's Wilkinson continuing to play. Titus inside to Wilkinson again. To Mark Gajan. Mark Gajan, the speed through went with the Eagles to Hong Kong. Mark Gajan on the outside. Looks inside to Satilla. But the football pass there to Joe McCann. And these players desperately tired now. Remember, they've played some 3 games today, so they've taken some knocks and bruises all day. That's Weston. Feeds Petrakis. Back to Weston. They're club mates in Maryland.
Weston shaking tacklers at every opportunity.
Yes, it's certainly got a little scrappy there, but look at this, the B-side with four players coming down there. There's McCann, and it's a bad pass to Wilkinson.
Will Brewington, good tackle there. Nice sure tackle. They want to rest.
You can see these Bears are very, very tired. These 7-minute games, sprinting speed really take a toll.
We've probably got 2-3 minutes left in this one. Little injury time, possibly, might extend it some.
But with the score,
it's going to be close here. The A side, if they want to win this, better come down and get a try right now.
Score still at 12-6. Neither side is either secure or, and the A side is still competitive. So number 10, Paris with the throw-in from the sideline. At the front of the line out, Satilla from the Omex club in New York. Beside him, Jimmy Wilkinson. That's well won. So Paris now feeds Wilkinson. The A side with an opportunity now to get things back to square. That's Vensky, breaks a tackle through the middle, but tackled by Wilkinson, number 13.
Outside, look out. Does he want to go all the way? No, he's looking for
Gajan
support.
checks back inside. Brewington just flips the ball there to Wilkinson. Wilkinson to Brewington. The long football pass out to Paris. Paris with Terence Titus on his outside. Titus now, Titus with long strides, going for the line. Well tackled there by Weston. Tries to get to his feet. Sutilla feeds the ball to Paris. Paris near the line. Wilkinson breaks it up. The ball goes loose. And yes, Titus is in the end zone for a score.
That's a try. So with a conversion here, won't be a real easy conversion. The A side can tie it up. But we have overtime in this if it's tied.
I'm not sure whether these sides would really want to take it into overtime. They're all, a lot of them are club mates. They play on the same club. And that's Terence Titus there, the scorer of the try. He's very tired. He's played in 2-3 games today, so it's taken its toll.
Terence was an Eagle last year, wasn't he?
That's right. He attends the Life Chiropractic College in Atlanta, Georgia.
Very big rugby tradition at Life Chiropractic. They seem to manufacture Eagles. Two play on their current team. So 3, I guess. Gary Lambert, who's currently studying at Life, and he's actually at the college in Atlanta, unable to participate in this tournament. And of course, Titus himself. So Vesky, number 17. If he kicks this, it's a further 2 points, which would bring the scores level. He's
close,
missed it left.
Wide to the left.
Missed it left, plenty of distance.
And the B-side of one.
And that's it. The champions, ITT Sevens champions, ERUB. And that, sports fans, is a big, big upset there. Happy bunch. A young hungry bunch of rugby players, and this has got to be great for American rugby. What they need to do is send younger sides over, younger, faster, bigger sides, and that's just what won this tournament.
Well, a tremendous night for the Eastern Rugby Union, and particularly for their coach, Emil Cygnus. And we'll be right back.
12-10, B beats A, ERUB 12, ERUA 10. We'll be right back.